We got white balance. Mic check 1 2. Mic check for the media. Test 1 2 3. Check 1 2. Podium check. Test 1 2 3. Mic check for the media. Test 1 2. Check 1 2. 36. You good? All right. Go good. You good? Good. It was good. All righty. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. We like to hear good, clean audio.
I'd say over here because that's going to be up there. How much footage do we have on the river? I know the whole, but I was wondering how much.
Well, I'm going to speak.
I know.
Very quick. Very quick. Come here. Come up here. I think I go first. And America's first. America's first. Then me. And then thank you.
Yeah, I'm prepared to say a few words.
Okay.
Never cannot say enough words.
I didn't listen this one. Okay.
Who's behind the magic curtain?
Very okay.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm happy.
I'm very happy too. Yes, I'm so happy. I can't believe it. It's too good to be true. Too good to be true.
Okie dokie. Well, it is 1 o'clock, so let's get going. Welcome, everyone. I first want to welcome our council members, Councilmember Kathy Plomin, Councilmember Chuck Ellinger, there you are, Councilmember Whitney Baxter, Councilmember Liz Sheehan, Councilmember James Brown, Councilmember Fred Brown. Thank you very much for being with us. And I want to welcome Mary Quinn Raymer, President of Visit Lex, Chris Ford, our Commissioner of General Services, and Monica Conrad, our Director of Parks and Recreation. Well, this is a very exciting day in Lexington. And in a minute, you're going to see why. This is, I think, definitely one of the most exciting in my tenure as mayor in the last 3.5 years. And now we want to show you. So here's why it's exciting. And I'll let this go for a few seconds. And Craig's going to put up a map. So what you are looking at is 30 acres of riverfront property that the city is purchasing. This will be the only public access to the Kentucky River in Fayette County. I have been working on this project since the first day in the mayor's office, and I'm thrilled it's finally happened. I learned about this property just before I became mayor. This will provide new opportunities for recreation in Lexington. It will be a beautiful new park. And those who love kayaks and canoes will have a place to get onto the river and travel 12 miles between locks. The city has signed an agreement of sale for the property with John Kelly, whose family has owned this property for decades. As you can see on the map, the property is located off Old Richmond Road near the I-75 bridge into Madison County. Monica Conrad and I have been negotiating with the Kelly family since 2019 and have walked the property with them a few times. Naturally, the pandemic delayed us a bit, but it delayed everything, so we are just thrilled to be here today. Chris Ford got involved with the negotiations in the last few months, and everything came together just this past Friday, and we are wasting no time in moving forward. Now, next, I want us to hear from Councilmember Plomin, who represents the riverfront area. Councilmember Plomin.
Thank you, Mayor. Wow, what great news for the 12th District, our entire community, and the region. This announcement and acquisition today brings a whole new dimension to our city and our county. We have so much going on right now, new state-of-the-art convention center, Town Branch Commons, an ever-growing, vibrant downtown, Breeders' Cup on the horizon, and as always, our unparalleled horse farms and rural scenery. Now we can add 30 acres adjacent to the Kentucky River. Years ago, I learned, and I repeat often, that Kentucky, or Lexington, Kentucky, is the largest city in the United States furthest away from a body of water. It's always been a fun fact to know and tell. Well, today we are going to make up for it as we celebrate the city and county has bridged that distance gap. We are right at the water's edge. Thanks to all who have persistently worked to make this happen, Mayor, Parks and Rec's leadership, Monica Conrad, and Commissioner Ford, My husband and I have a kayak, and we can't wait to take that first inaugural boat ride down the Kentucky River. And this is another feather in Lexington's hat. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Plowman. So, as we were working on the purchase of this property, we consulted Mary Quinn Raymer, president of Visit Lex. And she's here, I think she's pretty excited too, to talk about new tourism opportunities. Welcome, Mary Quinn.
You know, in tourism, you're not supposed to have favorite children, but this is at the top of my list. So it is so exciting to be here today. Thank you, Mayor, for the invitation. Thank you, Commissioner Ford and Monica Conrad. It's been a great partnership with you all over these last, it's almost been 2 years, really, since we first had our initial conversation. And obviously a wonderful and heartfelt thank you to the Kellys for the legacy that they are passing on to us with this wonderful opportunity for us to take some beautiful riverfront property and turn it into a park that's going to be a great source of enjoyment for our citizens, but also for our visitors. A few years ago, we took an internal look at Visit Lex about the way that we were promoting our city and how we were conveying that message. And we realized that we had not done enough when it came to outdoor recreation and the opportunities afforded by getting outside and enjoying all that we had to offer. And so we really started to make a conscientious effort to make sure we were letting our visitors know how much fun could be had by taking in our many wonderful outdoor recreational opportunities. And there's certainly no shortage of that throughout the entire state of Kentucky. And as I was looking at some of our materials and going back through the history and heritage of the city, I realized that the river had at once been such a recreational destination for folks. Of course, all that changed when the lock system changed, and we had lost some of that travel along the river. And I was really curious: could we get it back? Of course, fast forward to 2020, it's a pandemic. Everything about the way that people was traveling was very different, and recreation boomed to the top of the list. It was driving nearly all of traffic visitation in those early summer months of 2020. And that's when I started taking a real hard look at the river. At that point, I realized that, no surprise, Mayor Gorton was one step ahead of me, and she was already working on it. And we had the opportunity in the fall of 2020 to tour the properties with Mr. and Mrs. Kelly. Got a wonderful history about how active that riverfront used to be, and really the wheels just started spinning about all that could happen if we had access to this waterway in such a significant presence. So I am really excited to be standing here in front of you today. I can tell you that recreational tourism continues to thrive. It is a multi-million-dollar part of our tourism economy in Kentucky, and certainly here in Lexington. I look forward to the ways that we can continue to provide environmental education and preservation of our historic waterways and land that is quite precious, and certainly all the fun that can be had up and down the river. I too have a kayak, and I hope that I am invited on the inaugural trip. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I said, I guess I have to get a kayak, right? Finally, I want to invite Monica Conrad, our Director of Parks and Recreation, to the podium. She definitely sees all kinds of opportunities for this property for recreation, and Monica also is very excited about this. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to have to buy a kayak and get on that inaugural trip. Parks is honored to be entrusted with this land long held by the Kelly family. It will increase our public green space and recreational opportunities for Lexington and the surrounding region. Improving river trail activities, obtaining land for an additional nature park were all part of our 2018 Parks Master Plan. As we've learned throughout the pandemic, Lexington values their outdoor recreational space. We saw record visitation over the past 2 years at McConnell Springs and at Raven Run. Expansion of natural areas at the Kelly property not only increases our recreational space, but it'll ease the burden on some of our existing nature parks. It'll also improve that regional trail access, and really give the community more diverse opportunities to recreate. We've listened to users requesting expanded recreational opportunities. Having access to the river will allow our natural areas experts to add unique programs to their already robust schedules. We anticipate future programs such as interpretive canoe trips, geological, water quality, and river ecosystem programming, birding from canoes, as well as sharing the history of Fayette County's relationship with the river. Our parks continue to improve our commitment to bring new programs and recreational opportunities to all ages to your parks. We hope you'll explore all of our natural areas. Our team in maintenance, natural areas, in planning and design look forward to working on this park in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Monica. The city has not yet set an opening date for the property. We have a little bit of work to do to get it ready for people, and we think it'll be worth the wait, and it will be a very exciting ribbon cutting down there. And before we go to one-on-one questions for any of the speakers, I do want to give a special shout out to GTV. Chris Edwards and his team, not only do they help put on these press conferences, but Chris enabled us to get drone footage so that we could show you today with the weather. We wanted to be on the property, but really didn't feel we could. So thank you very much for that. And now those who've been speakers will take one-on-one questions. Thank you very much for being here. All right.